to serve as epilogue from the events of tonight's record, events that you as the audience will encounter in the next several weeks as we continue to roll out the episodes of this group's adventures within the KMU, Keith's Marvel Universe. Know that events are such that from a hidden orbit around our dear Marvel Earth, an encounter of some import and providence took place during today's session. That the efforts of the Space Knights of the so-called Castle Revolving resulted in a sacrifice play to aid this party, the so-called YouTube party, the heroes of Latveria, a tiny battered vessel pursued by one of the various Mammonite villains, the hideous, corpulent thing that is called the Sorcerer, made its way to the Earth to make a desperate blind fire down to the city of Weeskais, which sits like a bloated tick within Latveria. The pilot of that vessel, a villain who sought redemption. Although he would not reveal his identity to the heroes who encountered him this day, he was murdered by the Sorcerer's replicant followers. He did have enough time that in the last desperate effort, he was able to use his inherent Skrull abilities to transform himself into a focusing crystal necessary to fire the last payload of his vessel, bring forward a weapon needed by the heroes in Latveria to continue to keep their head above water in their war against the fouled Black City. After his death, Sorcerer's minions consumed the vessel and destroyed themselves in the process. A victory for the forces of Mammon, to be sure. However, moments after the payload was depressed and the vehicle died, something else fell from that vessel toward the earth below. A crystal, a tiny smoldering stone, that fell through the endless night down toward the earth below, coming to embed itself in a tangled tropic wood, unseen by any eye save for the beasts that lord over the place. A crystal that was once a dying Skrull, a crystal that one might debate a thing alive, even as it catches the waning sun and casts it back in prismatic brilliance throughout the darkened wood. A few curious beasts might come and make their sniff in search of this thing that now sits as a warden and remainder of a weird and desperate encounter that took place outside of the call and breath of our world. Until after a time, something not born of this primal wood should come and find this stone, a thing that has chained sciences to its service, sciences that would guide it to a prize such as this, sciences that serve the intentions of a fell man, low man, a man who has sacrificed his very humanity in the name of a quest of power and wealth. A man named Ulysses Clawman, known by the world at large as KLAW, the master of living sound. A man who fights his way through this jungle primeval and comes to look upon the tiny stone as he lifts the bizarre prosthesis that has replaced more than a third of his body, but most notably his far hand. He grins through a mouth of uneven teeth and stares at the sunlight refracted through the crystal.
Not quite the first stone as I had hoped. The matrices we're in, they are still of great interest to Clon.
Eagerly he leaps forward. The mechanisms that hold his ghastly spider frame together, creaking and sweating under the jungle heat. He scoops up the stone and admires his own ghastly reflection within its surface.
Such a prison, such a pretty prison. Abatu, attend to me. I think we have found the means of ascension, ascension and dominion. We shall remind my sisters who the Lord of the House of Cloman is. No, not Weeskais, not of Earthstone. But what a pretty prism KLAW has found!
Greedily holding his new prize, KLAW disappears into the steamy wood. The jungle primeval, a seed is planted for future mischief.